YouTube has continued its censorship of those with opposing positions on 2020. You know what we're talking about there. This week, it prevented users from hearing the views of Democratic presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr., despite Kennedy running on the failures of the pandemic response. YouTube will not allow users to hear what it considers harmful thoughts. Who the hell do they think they are to be the arbiters of what we hear? Okay, so you see how this large corporation, this corporation is bigger than your state government, okay, unless you live in California, and even maybe even then, this large corporation is saying we're going to decide what you get to consume in the old gray matter. Okay, we're going to decide that for you, and we deem Kennedy Jr. persona non grata. So you see how we go from tribal people try and some folks ratchet way of living, and this YouTube thing has transformed their lives. And that to all the way up to a presidential candidate. Now look, Lyndon LaRouche, I don't know if you all know who he was, but if you ever visited a motor vehicle administration, he had his followers there all the time. And I don't know where he was. We never saw him, but Lyndon LaRouche's people would solicit to you about his views and things like that. And you could either say, hey, I'm not interested, or some people stood and listened to what they had to say. But came out and said, you got to get away from here, probably because it was a public space, right? But it was all good. You just expected it when you went to the motor vehicle administration here in Maryland, okay? So he got to say what he wanted to say. And we got to decide whether or not we consumed that, okay? So let's pause for a minute. Imrod Lexus, can't tell how many YouTube videos I've seen over the years that are gone now. That's how you know they were saying some truth and good stuff. Exactly. And that's why I need you guys to scroll up in this thread to look at the Patreon link, the Twitter link. Yes, I've joined Twitter. Well, Soldiers of Finance have joined Twitter, and the Rumble link. Okay. Diversity is our strength. We got to diversify, because I could say something at any moment. I could be saying something now that YouTube says, he's not going to say anything else on our platform. All right. So on Sunday, both Kennedy and podcast host Jordan Peterson tweeted that they were the latest to be censored by the company. Kennedy tweeted, what do you think? Should social media platforms censor presidential candidates? My conversation with Jordan Peterson was deleted by YouTube. Okay. He added, luckily, you can watch it here on Twitter. Thank you, Elon Musk. And I resisted the urge to join Twitter for the longest time because it was a cesspool, okay? A leftist cesspool where if you came out and went, in the direction of the right in any way, you were either suppressed, kicked off the platform, okay, all kinds of nastiness, right? And as Americans, shouldn't we revel in the open and free discussion of ideas? Okay, even if we disagree. Plenty of people make comments in the comment section of this channel that don't agree with me. And that's fine. One did it this morning, as a matter of fact. In fact, he came on very aggressively and just basically, you don't know what you're talking about. So I asked him, I said, hey, do you have a point? Is there a specific part of this video, you disagree with? And he actually erased his first comment and came back with something more intelligent. And we were able to, go back and forth. Okay. Okay. You're looking at, okay. Yeah, that's a friend of mine. We're at a dinner. It involves some military stuff, and Jim Jordan. Yeah, he was the host of the marquee speaker there at that dinner. All right. So Twitter is becoming a place where you can speak out freely. Okay. without worrying about the powers that be like YouTube kicking you off the platform or demonetizing you. Now this guy, now look, here's where it gets serious. All right. And you can look this up. I'm looking at it on my phone. I apologize. I'm not able to share it just yet. Next live stream, guys. I'm learning. This guy, Luke Rudkowski, says, I played a small clip of Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to comment on for my YouTube video yesterday, and now my entire channel has been demonetized. So again, scroll up, hit those links, because I may disappear shortly after this live stream. No joke, right? Like Joe Biden says, no joke. He says, maybe I should now go to Rumble and or Twitter and do a full interview with RFK now. Yeah, I think you should. You gotta use this technology and not pigeonhole yourself. Listen, I have learned that. Okay. The incident shows why many on the left continue an unrelenting attack on Musk and Twitter. Can you imagine if Twitter wasn't out there or Rumble wasn't out there? Okay. Or Patreon, where would you get this public square interaction with alternative views of what we're being fed by the Leviathan? And when I say the Leviathan, I'm talking about the media, the mass media, okay, the corporate media, I should say, non-governmental organizations like the Economic Forum and the government. All right, they're all in lockstep. Think about this thing with Hunter Biden. Now, we're supposed to believe that the Democrats are so anti-gun, right? Now, here we have the president's son, who, when he filled out that form and said that he suffered from no drug addictions, that let's say this, you fill out that form, okay? Don't do this. But if you filled out that form, you lied, oh, it wouldn't be pretty, and you certainly would not have gotten the slap on the wrist that the president's son got. So we're looking more and more like one of these developing nations, okay? These banana republics where if you're in the club, quite frankly, we're not trying to hide it. We favor you. If you're not, we'll crush you, okay? You come with any dissent, okay? So that's where we are now. A Google spokesman told Fox Digital, YouTube, quote, removed a video from the Jordan Peterson channel for violating YouTube's general vaccine misinformation policy, which prohibits content that alleges that vaccines cause chronic side effects outside of rare side effects that are recognized by health authorities. Notice they've changed that nomenclature too. It's no longer experts, it's authorities, right? These people are masters of the English language. They know exactly what they're doing. Rather than allow experts and others to debate that question, Google and YouTube will not allow the debate to occur. It is consistent with calls from Democrat leaders, nothing democratic about them, for dissenting voices to be removed on subjects ranging from COVID to gender identity and climate control. Do you really think your argument is strong if you have to remove any opposing argument or censor it in any way?